Hi, this is Harry Butler with the Journal of Commerce here at TPM 2013 in Long Beach, California. With me now is Sebastian Degens, Marine Business Development Manager at the Port of Portland. For those not familiar with the Port of Portland, could you take a minute to describe the port?
The Port of Portland is located about midway between the Port of Oakland and the Puget Sound ports. We're 103 miles up the Columbia River from the mouth. We were formed in 1891 to do dredging from the city of Portland to the mouth of the Columbia River. We're a deep draft port with a 43-foot channel that was deepened 2 years ago. We've got a total of 3 airports that we run. We're a consolidated port. We have both airports, marine facilities, and industrial parks. We have a total of 4 industrial parks, 5 marine facilities. We own approximately 10,000 acres in the Portland area that's used for industrial and marine industrial development. I think I should also say that we're a very diverse port. Fundamentally have a lot of bulk cargoes. We're located at the confluence of the Willamette and the Columbia River. And there's 2 Class 1 railroads that come through there, Burlington Northern and UP, as well as we're situated right on the I-5 corridor. So from a transportation nexus, we're a natural inland port location.
Between labor disputes and contract negotiations and strike threats, the port has certainly faced its share of challenges this year. How are things looking for the port now?
It's true, Harry. This last year has been a challenging one from a labor perspective, and let me just recap some of the things some of the challenges that we've had. It began with Occupy Portland Port Days earlier in the year, and then middle of the year we had a major jurisdictional dispute between the ILWU Electricians Union that handles our reefer containers at our container terminal with the ILWU. We also had a contract negotiations with the maritime security officers in November, which led to a strike vote. Fortunately, a strike was averted in that case, and the vessels were handled without any interruption. The latter part of the fall also has seen Columbia River-wide negotiations going on between the Grain Handlers Association and the ILWU for the multiple grain facilities, including the 3 that are in the Portland area. So it's been 6 months of steady labor issues. Fortunately, I think there's room for optimism going forward. Many of the court rulings and arbitrations have gone in our favor, and there's been a lot of communication throughout with our customers and a lot of support with the steamship lines and terminal operators that are in the Portland area. And fundamentally, there's strong support from the state government in terms of helping us work through these issues and work towards a resolution that will result in certainty and reliability for the terminal operators and resolution of the labor issues.
But it hasn't all been bad news. What are some big wins that the port has experienced recently?
You're right. It hasn't been all bad news. I mentioned at the beginning that the port is a very diverse, we have a very diverse set of marine cargo facilities, and that diversity has helped us sustain cargo volumes over the last years of the recession. And we've actually had some of our best years, top 3-year tonnages in the harbor several years in a row. So what's led to that? We have a great position as one of the leading auto ports on the West Coast, and we've seen Ford exports out of our facility, as well as our imports of Toyota and Hyundai come back after the last few years of difficulty in the United States. And so we're seeing an expansion and investment right now at the auto warehousing facility in Portland to take advantage of additional opportunities for growth. We've seen company after company invest in expanding the capacity of the bulk terminals in our area. They're fueled in part by the resurgence of the economy, but also by the channel deepening project, which I mentioned before, which has given them some added efficiencies. So we see investment going on in new ship loaders at our soda ash facility that's operated by Kinder Morgan. All of the grain elevators in our area have announced expansion plans. I think if I were to add up what's happening, not just in Portland, but on the Columbia River, we've seen over $1 billion of investment in bulk terminals in the last 2 years. On the land side, recently we've had a new siting of a Subaru parts warehouse, and we have other companies taking advantage of our adjacent industrial park area. We're also building for the future. We are in what we think is the last 6 months of an annexation process with the city of Portland to bring into the city a 300-acre greenfield development project we call West Hayden Island. That'll be suitable for automobile facility and bulk terminal development. So that's 300 acres of new marine land right situated directly between the ports of Vancouver, Washington and the port of Portland in the middle of the harbor, with rail access, with deep draft navigation access, and also with access to the upriver barge system. It's one of the unique features of Portland. We have a barge network that goes all the way up from Portland at River Mile 103 to Lewiston, Idaho on the Snake River, and that's connected by a series of barges, and it makes us one of the longest inland navigation systems. We have a container on barge service that goes all the way from Lewiston to Portland.
Well, thank you, Sebastian, for joining me today, and thanks also to the port for being a sponsor of TPM.
It's been a great opportunity. Thank you very much.